morning. So this is after a bee removal, and I'm just gonna unpack them. I know the queen's in here. We saw her last night. And I know she's in this box, so I'm not worried about being in the wrong box. All right, y'all, help me find her. Last night when we shook the box to check to make sure that we had the queen, she just jumped to the top and it was like, hello, here I am. And it was so nice because Kahlo and I were so tired. We were up on ladders, removing these girls from up underneath a porch eave, and their hive was all entwined in a tombstone rose. Chunks of wax and comb that got into my hose. Wonder if I got the right box. I thought it was this box. Well, hold on. Maybe this is the smaller box. This could be. We ran 2 bee vacs last night. Okay, guess what? They were huddled really well in the other box, and there was a lot more bees in the other box. So she was in the box with the most bees, and so now she should be on top of this excluder. And because I don't have an excluder entrance on this box, I am going to get her in a cage here for just a little bit while her daughter settle in. She was a real feral looking thing when I saw her last night. Come on, baby girl. Okay, might have to go check to see if any of the clumps of bees left in the vac. Oh, no, there she is. Right there. Where'd she go? I just saw her. Y'all see her? Yeah, right there she is, trying to squeeze in between there. Okay, the bees are being clingy again this morning. I got a pile on my back. Help! Oh, where's my brush? Okay, so last night, while we were in the middle of doing the removal, Kahlo was sorting some of the comb, but we were noticing that there was no brood, and we didn't see any pollen. And Kahlo was starting to do a pretty good sort here. She got the really dry comb. It's just like flaky. She got that in this bucket, and then some of the honey that we can reuse and feed back to the bees is in this bucket. And so these are the ones she wasn't quite sure what to do with. So that's what I get to do this morning. So basically there's some nice honey here, but it's only on one side. This side is empty. Look at that. This side is flaky, dry. And then we get down to the other side. Look at how pretty. And take that comb off. And then all that's honey. Nice. Look at how big that they make their honey cells. They're just beautiful. I love looking at the comb. So we'll save that one. I'm just going to kind of look through and show you guys what we have to deal with after removal. So the honey is really cold. It was cold. They don't really keep it very warm. They only keep their main part of their nest or their brood chamber warm. So the honey gets crystallized even in the hives this time of year. And look at just how thick that beautiful honey is. So feed that back to the bees. And this here, oh, what do we got here? There is a little pollen in this. Just a little, not much. Some nectar that hasn't been sealed, unless they've been stealing from hummingbird feeders or something. Who knows? But little pollen. I'll feed that one back to them. So this is what we do. We have to go through. This is kind of heavy. Of course, it is old comb, but it does, as you can tell, have nectar in it. So, yep, feeding that one back to the bees. This is their entire, this is the entire hive. And I literally did not see any sealed brood at all. More honey. Feed that back to the bees. This is a pretty one. Look at this one. Very pretty. Has smaller cell than the other one that I showed you. This one was towards the middle. Probably was used for some brood, where the other one with much wider cells was out towards the outside. This is real lightweight, but there is still some nectar shining on the inside of that. That's going to get fed back to the bees. Literally, where in the heck she literally was not laying. That's kind of abnormal for these feral bees. I guess she was being conservative. We usually see them keep producing brood until they run out of their stores, and then they have to go steal from somebody else. But this one here had literally shut. That's lightweight. That's nothing in that. This one here had shut down her laying. Let's look at that. There's some pollen, a little bit, not much. A little nectar that can probably get fed to the bees. So yeah, this let me take a peek out in the sun with this real quick. Okay, on close inspection out in the sun, I do find eggs. So and we do have a queen, but I don't have any sealed brood at all, and there's not that many. We just moved down here and there's nothing. So I don't know if they had recently requeened or what their deal was, but that's all the eggs I found on this. No older larvae, nothing. Some more eggs on the opposite side. We'll just walk through here. Some nectar. Nectar, nectar, nectar. A little bit of bee bread, pollen inside there. So yeah, and there was a gigantic, all the holes, that big hole right there in the comb, just huge tombstone rose bush going right through the comb. So a lot of it is not usable. Yeah, it took me about 5 minutes to sort out the comb. I didn't have anything that I wanted to use to put into frames for them. And then, of course, I have this for the solar wax melter and this to feed back to the bees. And then I also do have some very large chunks I found of pollen that I will feed back to them, and some really beautiful sealed honey that I will also be feeding back. So, time to go do that before all the bees wake up.